Good morning, everybody, and happy St. Patrick's Day. I have my green on, I'm repping my I love the TRPD, Tom's River Police Department shirt, as we are here on March 17th, St. Patrick's Day of 2026. This year is just flying by. And I'm going to apologize quickly up front because I'm at home. I have some work being done in my house. I apologize if you hear any background noise, and hopefully nobody bellows out for me. I think they're all underway working. Just a little painting. I hate painting. I don't know about any of you out there if you like to paint. I don't like to paint, so I have a painter here painting just one room downstairs in my house. Need to spruce it up. The holidays are coming, and you got to impress, when people come over for the holidays. Um, but gonna hit a couple topics today. I hope everyone is safe and well out there. I think I don't know what I think anymore. The world is a little in shambles right now, but we'll see how everything plays out. I did see this morning gas is up to, I think I saw 390. We were at 299, I think, about a week and a half ago. So we'll see how high that goes. And again, I think I'm one who believes taking out Iran is a good thing. I think they are the feeder of all the terrorism or much of the terrorism that we've seen since the 1980s. And that's my personal opinion on that. And we're going to move on right now. Last night, I did have the opportunity to attend the Republican of Tom's River meeting here in Tom's River. And this is one of the two political organizations for the Republican Party in Tom's River. It did continue to show that we have a divide in the Republican Party that I think we need to pull together here in Ocean County. And we definitely need to pull together here in Tom's River because we will not defeat a candidate like Daniel Rodrick, who does know how to campaign, unless we are one. And that is going to be very important as we go to 2027 because it starts now. And I'll talk a little about that in a minute. But I had the opportunity last night to meet the three Republican candidates for Senate. To one of the three of them will take on Cory Booker this November. Um, really good guys. They all seem very energized and polite, nice in a room of friendlies and trying to get to the nominee in the primary this June. I need to learn a lot more. I don't endorse people anyway, but we'll see how things play out. And but three two military guys, one from the Navy, one from the Army, and that always to me gives people a little extra oomph. And we'll see how it goes. But I thought we'll see how things play out. I'm not mentioning their names because at the moment I can't remember all of them, and I don't want to miss one of them. And I didn't write it down, so I apologize. But I'm sure you can go online to the Republican Party and find out who these three gentlemen are. Uh, a lot of talk last night about affordable housing, a lot of talk about what is going on in Toms River. We still do not know out of the council meeting, which will be a week old tomorrow, if the ordinance is passed, because Jonathan Penny, the Toms River Township municipal attorney, can't answer a simple question of did the ordinance motion pass or not? Because there were three affirmative votes, there are seven council people, and does it require four affirmative votes? Now, I will tell you, every board that I sit on, you must have a majority of those people appointed to that board. So I sit on the state board of LSRPs. We have 13 by law appointed individuals. We only have, I think, 11 right now, but we need seven affirmative votes because that would be the majority of a full board of 13. We'll see what ends up happening. It is under consideration between Jonathan Penny as well as the affordable housing attorney. Neither of them wanted to answer the question. I need to go back to the videotape, however, and I'll work on that because I did hear that there was some discussion on the tape and there was maybe a gesture to put the answer off. But I need to see a little bit more. I don't want to, say anything about that until we move forward. But there's been a lot of talk about letters, I'll tell you. Let's talk about letters. So we saw Daniel Rodrick, a letter, and I don't think I have it on my desk here. No, I don't. A letter came to our houses from the mayor on township letterhead in a township envelope, and I'm quite certain paid for by township tax dollars. We got it sent to us via text. I heard people had an email to them, and that came out basically saying that the Toms River Council majority blew up our chance for a good affordable housing plan. He had worked out, he had negotiated. You see the problem here? You can't work in a vacuum when you're in government. You need to have people involved in what you're doing. He works in a vacuum. We don't know if it was approved or not, but he put a letter out basically saying it was not, and basically saying that the council majority was at fault. One of his social media outlets, and I'm not going to name the name because I don't want to give it any support, has come out and said that Councilman Sikosi, Nivison, Bianchini, and Clinton also sent a letter out to the masses of Toms River, and that they should comment on the page of who received it. Okay. I'm looking at the post right now, and I'm going to show you the letter that they posted because they posted it, and I'm nobody, so I can show it to you. I'm not going to show it through their page. I have spoken to each of these council members who have told me this letter was not sent out to Toms River residents or anybody via text or email. And if I go to the page, it says basically on the page, if you receive this letter, and I'll show you a copy of it, let me know. And the comments, and there are 11 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them are from the page itself. So 11 comments, 7 are from the page itself saying, thank you, and we got the letter. 2 comments are from the same person who said, I got the text, anybody else, but she did it twice. 1 is from somebody we believe to be a bot and somebody we don't believe to be a real person. And then the other one is from a very big supporter of Daniel Rodrick, who doesn't say that she got the letter, but just says how unfortunate it is. So there's nobody other than one person who commented twice who said they got the letter. And so today they put out that we hear this letter as being text. Let us know if you got it via text. No comments to date. I will share with you real quick. When you have 3 screens, sometimes you screws things up. So there is the letter. I did not get the letter via text. I did not get the letter via email. I am showing you the letter from the Facebook post that was put up by a page that supports Daniel Rodrick. And you'll see the letter just basically got sent to Mayor Rodrick and the attorney, and basically saying that they want to do whatever is possible to preserve the character of the community and minimize density impacts, keeps protections from builders' remedies in good faith efforts that the work has been done to date. The property along Route 9 corridor was purchased with open space dollars, and they do not want to see that turned over for multifamily 16. We're requesting the Township Affordable Housing Attorney to petition the court for an extension. That's what they're asking for. Whoops, that's my social security number. Let's take that down. You guys don't need to see that. Hopefully you're not going out and stealing my credit. And here real quick, compliance plan, negotiate as timely. Please provide notice. Then they're concerned about the notices that were provided to Lake Ridge residents. And long story short, we'd like you to file for an extension. And here's the 4 council people. Okay. So what do we know from this? We know nothing, except for the fact the people I have spoken to, and I was in a meeting last night and I asked people there, nobody has received a letter from the council members. So I have to call bullshit one more time and say that this Facebook page is providing false propaganda for Daniel Rodrick and false rhetoric. I call out to anybody who has received this letter via text or email or however you may think that you have received it, to let me know that you've received it. Put it on my post. Let me know. Let me hear from you. Okay. Show me your letter. Better yet. And I will tell you too, if you got the letter from Daniel Rodrick and you paid for it, return it to sender, bring it to the council meeting on the 25th, give it to Clerk Hensel, and say, take this off my tax bill. I'm not paying for this crap anymore. I didn't ask for it and I don't want it. And you can argue with me all you want. There has been no mayor, no administration that has sent out more letters than Daniel Rodrick. And why? Because that's how he campaigns. He campaigns in the mailboxes. What do you know about Harry Aber? What do you really know about Lynn O'Toole? What do you know about Craig Coleman? What do you know about Maria Matarazzo that he put up on to the Board of Education? What do you know about Paolo Pasquarello that he put on the Board of Education? Nothing, 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 because he doesn't even provide answers to questions that are done through interviews of candidates. He's definitely not going to let you know who they are when they're up for election because he controls the rhetoric. And we have to turn that now. So speak up. If you got the letter from the council members, I want to hear about it. And I want to see it. I don't just want to hear about it. And second, if you got the letter from Daniel Rodrick and you don't want it, send it back or give it to the clerk when you come to the next council meeting. Couple things I want to clarify business-wise. Stop and Shop on Route 37 is not closing. Stop and Shop on Route 37 is not closing. We do have some new stores coming to town. I saw we have the Boot Barn. We have Sprouts. We have Cava, which I guess is a health food, like fast food type place. That's all going at across the street from the mall on Hooper Avenue into that shopping center that I used to call the Burlington, or still do call the Burlington Coat Factory Tom's River Center. It used to be Toys R Us in there. Restaurant Warehouse is going into the old Food Town. Again, these are all pending approvals from planning, zoning, or just township themselves, but these are what we're reading about in the paper. I know nothing more than you know from reading the paper, but I wanted to clarify. Route 37 Stop and Shop is not closing. False news, fake news. And having worked on this for a while, I do not see a Trader Joe's in our future. I do not see a Whole Foods in our future. They were conversations that were being had for potential when the development in downtown Toms River, because remember, downtown Toms River development was going to be mixed use, so commercial on the first floor and then residential on the next 5 floors, a 6-story building. 6-story building. But right now, with that not coming through, I don't think you're going to see a Trader Joe's, a Whole Foods, or anything like that. But we also are going to see a super ShopRite on Route 37 on the Toms River Manchester border. I saw that the other day, planning wise, and that is going to be on the property that for a long time was going to be the Super Walmart on the corner of what is that? Is that Northampton and Route 37 down on the Manchester Toms River border? I'm sure there'll be a couple of years of approvals that are required to be there. The last thing I want to cover today and talked about a lot is follow the money. Follow the money. And why I say that is I put some things up yesterday and I want to put them back up again just for people to see. I did an Oprah request, and it does take a while to get Oprahs back from Toms River, but they will eventually come through if you hammer them. And because this is starting to be campaign 2027 fundraising season, we will see next week Daniel Rodrick have his first fundraiser for his reelection campaign for mayor. God help us all. We will see. We've seen already the Ocean County GOPs. We're seeing the Toms River Republicans and the Republicans for Toms River doing fundraisers. You got to start collecting money to run these campaigns for 2027. It is not going to be cheap. And so I put up here, and I want to make a point, and a couple of people attacked me on social media yesterday when I put this out there. My point is, under the Rodrick administration, engineering firms are getting a lot of projects to work on, conceptual plans for every park and every street corner, because this is the recreation, I spell it WR, mayor. They're getting a lot of designs for properties to be redeveloped into parks, splash parks, wave runner parks, you name it. He has tried to take Boatworks now on 2 occasions, has yet to succeed. He's done demolition on Clifton Avenue. We're going to hear a lot about that very soon. Cox Crow Horse Farm. 2 properties on Route 9, the Gutman property and the Hubbard property that were taken by eminent domain, are part of his affordable housing plan now that he wants to give to a developer. So all of that stuff behind the scenes, you need engineers. You need planners. You need surveyors. And this is all something that Toms River can outsource. And then how do you make sure that you're on that list? How do you make sure you move up the list and get the most bang for your buck? Is you contribute to campaigns. It is legal pay to play. There are limits and elect, watches, all this stuff. We know all this stuff, okay? But it's important. I want to ask you all a question. Since January 1st, 2024, what property has Toms River successfully purchased, redeveloped, built a new park, or done something successful other than finishing a tennis court or a basketball court, refinishing the courts that you know of? Silence. I don't hear you. There's nothing. So what you do is you give all these engineers all these plans, they bill all this time and all this work, but you really don't have to do anything. And they get money, so you get money. And I just want to show you some of them. So here's ARH, Adams. I'm going to butcher the name. I'll show you in a second, though. Maybe it's on the report. Here it is. It's ARH Associates. I can't remember the names. I apologize. $375,000, and this is in 2025 alone. Owen Little Associates, okay? They sent me, this is a breakdown. So you can see everything they did. Okay, here it goes through, the projects they worked on. They did inspections. They do a lot of work for Toms River on behalf of the engineering department. Okay, you go through all this. I apologize. I'm flipping through. But if you get to page 14, $375,000. Okay, once again, this is 2025, just to be clear. French and Perillo, they should be crying a little because they only got $48,000 worth of work in 2025. Okay, but let's look at 2 things. One, this is the Citizens for Good Government. This is the quote unquote PAC, I call it, or Continuing Political Campaign, CPC, right here. You see it. This is the 2025 filing. This is Daniel Rodrick's PAC. It's run by nobody else but Drew Chabot, who was the chief of staff, a job that didn't really exist. And now he is the business administrator. Is this legal? I don't know. Not an expert on this, but I'm just one of these guys. So let's look real quick. Remember those names I just said? Okay, let's go through. Okay, real quick. These are contributions in excess of $200. Let's go. Ashley Chabot. Boy, sounds familiar. That might be Drew's wife. $2,500. Woohoo! Okay. Here's the attorneys putting some money in those pockets. More attorneys. Boy, Fairview Insurance. We know that name. These are the guys Daniel Rodrick wants to give all our insurance to. There's French and Perillo, $1,200. Okay. Let's keep going. I'm not picking on these other guys. Here's Owen Little. Remember we saw $375,000. There's $5,000 on one day. Kim Pasquarello, we've heard enough of him. Here's Remington Vernick. There's another one. I didn't show you their numbers, 1,200. Here's a Limo. They're a planner. There's another 1,200. Let's go through. There's another attorney. T&M, we didn't even show them, but they gave 600, and we go through. So in this report, we don't see some of the others. There's Kim Pasquarello gave another. Okay, and then they go through on these reports, where does their money go? But let's look at Mr. Rodrick. Now, Mr. Rodrick, this is back. Let me make sure you're clear on what I'm showing you. This is filed on 2024 October. So he's already been mayor for 10 months. Okay, this is his Save Tom's River campaign to elect Rodrick. What a freaking oxymoron. Okay, let's look here. Now, remember some of these names. There's ARH, Adams, Riemann, and Hagen. Remember I said ARH, they had $365,000. There's a donation. We can go through here. You'll see some of the same names. Okay, here, he moved the money over and donated it into his account, transferred from the joint account to individual. So $38,000 that was raised for Nivison, O'Toole, and Coleman, okay, got moved over into his individual fund for 2027, because that's what this is all about for him. Okay. Guckin's firm, some people gave money. And again, you'll look too, you see some of these are older, they carry over. So you'll see some, but here's French and Perillo, here's Holman, so all of these same firms and people I was talking about. But I want to show you something else that I still think is bullshit, but this is just me. I'm going to go through his expenditures. Is it on this one? No, I guess it's not. Oh, here's his outstanding debt. So he took mortgages from his house. See that? But he pays himself back in the future. Don't worry about it. Daniel Rodrick didn't mortgage his house for you. He didn't mortgage his house for anybody but for himself. Got himself elected, and then all that money that was raised, he paid off the mortgage that he had used to get himself elected. People, hear me once, hear me twice. Daniel Rodrick has shown that he's done nothing for Tom's River except chaos. I understand you need to feed your families. I understand you need the work. The work will be there in Tom's River. Give the money to the people who will respectfully run Tom's River, not Daniel Rodrick. This is where the money goes. And once you fill his pockets, you're making it easier and better for him to be able to do the chaos that he does in Tom's River. The last council meeting was ugly. I think everybody would say it was the worst ever. I think everybody contributed to it. But there's one common denominator, and that's Daniel Rodrick. I just showed you where the money goes. Your taxpayer dollars are going to engineering firms, $500,000 I just showed you. No, more than that. That was over $500,000. And a lot of that is being funneled right back to the campaign coffers of Daniel Rodrick. Can't stop what happens in Tom's River Town Hall because Daniel Rodrick controls it. Strongest mayor system in New Jersey in the Faulkner Act. But you can stop writing that check. And we can tell people to stop writing that check. I'm Phil Brilliant. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Go out and have a green beer for me. And I hope you're all well. I'll see you soon.